Thank you.
avocado.
Yes. Thank you. You can't live in Korea without pickles. I'm so excited right now. Where do I start? So good. This is like our version of a mukbang right now, right?
Yeah.
So how do you feel about being vegan in Korea?
I feel like at times it's really difficult and it makes it frustrating, especially when you're so hungry like today.
Yeah.
And you can't really find anything and everything in your face is like flashing meat, you know? It kind of makes it a little bit disheartening, but at the same time, like once you find something and you're eating it, you're just like, oh my god, like this is amazing, this is so good, it was so worth the wait. At least now, like right now, I really feel like this was worth the wait. I'm so happy.
I feel like there aren't a lot of restaurant options for us, and you have to really do your research or know where you're going to go beforehand. You can't just like what we did, walk down the street and kind of hope to find something.
Yeah, you're right. It's so
really hard. But as far as like having ingredients to cook at home is so easy. And actually Korean food, there's a lot of vegetarian options for Korean food.
As long as you're not in a chicken area. Like this, right? In the chicken area. How was yours? What kind did you get again?
Lentils. And we're lucky because we live in a community that's STA, and STA people are already vegetarian, so we have a lot of STA restaurants and they're Korean, so we already had that before we were vegan, and now it makes things more convenient. We have some questions that we can talk about because we're at a mukbang, right?
Yeah.
Well, how was it like when you first moved to Korea? What was your culture shock?
Oh my gosh. Coming from New York City where you go and you're walking into the train station, you walk into the train and you just like look around and everyone is of like a different color, a different like age, a different gender. Like you can look onto the train and just see like a variety of people. And then coming to Korea and
homogenous country,
walking on the train and seeing everyone with like the same shade makeup, the same haircut, the same like 5 colors of hair, the same length of their hair. Oh my gosh. And then the same outfit, literally, but in different colors.
That's what's different about Korea, or like Seoul versus Tokyo.
That was intense, right?
Style is so different. Like style here, it's like the same 5 outfits for that season that's very popular and everyone's wearing it in different colors. Versus in Tokyo, it's like totally different styles all over the place, right? Hairstyles are weird too. They're different.
Tokyo was nice though. I don't know. It was very shocking to me. I'm not gonna lie. I've never experienced that before in my entire life. Like walking on a train and thinking that you see like the same person 10 times.
I was not shocked by that because I had already traveled to Japan when I was in high school, and then my family's from the Philippines, so I already knew about Asia in general and being around a homogenous country and being a part of that. But I was shocked by the technology, and I was more shocked by the work environment because you can travel somewhere but you don't know what the working conditions are like. But working in Korea is like totally different. You have to be bound to your company. You're expected to do a lot of extra work that's not paid for. It's just like a culture here. You really are invested into your company, into your working life. And that's not what I'm about. I like having personal and professional separate. I don't want to like be obligated to like after school when it's time for me to go home, like feel obligated to stay later and then go out to dinner with the boss. Like I don't like that.
Yeah, and then feel obligated to drink and not leave when you want to. I was talking to my friend Sungha who just recently got married, and she said her husband doesn't come home until really late and sometimes like even like really drunk because it's a cultural thing to go out with your boss after work And it's not like you step away and say, oh, I need to leave. Oh, my wife is at home waiting for me, like cooked dinner or whatever. No, like you're expected to go out with your boss, be with him, hang out with the company. Yeah.
I know, like respect your elders kind of thing. What's your favorite thing about Korea?
That's so hard. Let me tell you things that I'm gonna miss about Korea. I'm going to miss, well, culturally, the food. I'm gonna miss the food, like flat out.
What food?
The pickled vegetables.
Yeah, I love the pickled vegetables.
Like they always have banchan on the table when you come into a restaurant, which are
side dishes.
Like side dishes, small side dishes, and usually like a pickled vegetable or like a spicy kimchi, like pickled radish or something similar to that. And I think I'm really
pickles.
Gonna
we have
miss
to have
that.
pickles with everything.
Yeah, even
in
Indian
Korea.
food. We have pickles with Indian food right now. What are you doing?
Can I have a bite? What else are you gonna miss?
I'm also gonna miss like my privacy, because when I go home I'm gonna be living with family and independence and like doing what I want on my own schedule. I'm gonna have to go back and wear clothes around my house. I think that's the one thing I'm really gonna miss.
I'm going to miss how like freakishly on time buses and trains are here. In New York, like we have the system where like, you know, it tells you on the app like how much longer the bus is going to take, but it's usually never true. It's never accurate.
Like how many stops away it is. It doesn't have like a time.
Oh yeah, it doesn't tell it the time, but it's, yeah, they're always delayed or something. I really don't like it.
Yeah, but here it tells you the exact time. Like 5 minutes away, 10 minutes away at the light. It's crazy. Completely different.
What do you think about our job? Explain our job.
So we're English teachers at a preschool, a Hagwon, a private school. That is also SDA, which is Seventh-day Adventist, a branch of Christianity. We're not SDA. I'm not even really religious.
Yeah, but you were baptized in the SDA church.
Yeah, but I've never followed my religion or anything like that. So I'm not very religious. Like I don't go to church on Saturdays, which is what they do in SDA. Like Saturday is considered a day of rest, as opposed to Sunday with other religions where you go to church on Sundays. SDAs go to church on Saturdays. The only thing that we do is pray before we eat with the kids. I don't even do that. I have them pray. But our school, I have 6-year-olds, and I am responsible for 2 classes, the red class and the orange class. And I have 11 students in one class. I have 8 students in the other class, and all day long I teach them English, including like reading, phonics, extensive vocabulary, writing skills, things like that. And I've had this position now for 6 months. Well, we've been in Korea for 2.5 years at the same school, but we took time off. So I'm finishing up my 6-month contract now, and that's where we work. Kinderrest.
I'm responsible for 2 classes, but I teach 5-year-olds and 7-year-olds. But this is Korean age. So like in Korea, when you're born 1 year old. So even though like they're Korean age 5, they're really 4 years old, Western age.
Right. Actually, something interesting I learned the other day.
What?
Koreans have 2 birthdays. Like, originally, Korea used to be on the Chinese calendar. So I think it's like Lunar New Year. That's considered 1 birthday. But then the newer or the younger generations now consider the new year of the calendar like January the new year. So some of the older Koreans have 2 birthdays. I was talking to Sungha and she said, yeah, like it's my dad's first birthday, and I was like, what do you mean first birthday? What does that mean? But they apparently follow the old calendar, which is very interesting. That's considered the Chinese calendar, right?
Yeah.
Lunar New Year's.
So how did we get into veganism? For me, it was like I was in college, I was an environmental studies major, so I was like aware of veganism, vegetarianism, and how it really impacts the environment to eat meat in a negative way. After reading like Peter Singer and his philosophical papers and journals, like it's hard to argue some of those things, but I never really wanted to give up like cheese, meat. So I was like, oh, I'll be a locavore. I'll just eat in my own area, and like my carbon footprint will be reduced, and I'll feel a little bit better about my choices. I was like a part of a CSA. I went to the farmer's market every week, and I felt really good about the way I was eating. And so I lived that way in college, but then once I graduated, I was like, I couldn't live that way just because I didn't have the money, I didn't have the resources, and I was like moving around a lot, so it was hard to really research those things when you're not living in one place for more than 2 weeks, you know. So then after coming to Korea and not being vegan, we somehow like stumbled upon a YouTube channel, right? I don't even know how did we stumble upon it.
Because you were interested in moving to Hawaii, so I found a YouTube channel about babies in Hawaii. Well, we were looking at baby like dogs or something first, and then we found babies, and it turned out they were living in Hawaii, and then we were interested in watching that, and then we stumbled upon Ellen Fisher.
She was like the can of worms that opened, right?
She was amazing. She is amazing.
And I think like I binged watched all of her videos. Firstly because of the babies. Secondly because of like the idea of being vegan and pregnant and whatever. It was intriguing to me.
We should probably backtrack and say like Ellen Fisher, she is a vegan mother,
a YouTuber
who lives in Maui, right? Maui with her husband and her 2 children. Almost three because she's pregnant again. And
it's weird like talking about her as if we're friends but we don't know her.
Yeah, but she was really like a big inspiration for us, I think.
And then like one video led to another, led to another, led to another. But we watched it, but we never really changed our diet. You noticed that, right?
Until we started traveling abroad, right?
It was when we went to our 6-month backpacking trip. First we started in Thailand. There's a huge vegan community there.
Yeah.
And that's when we actually like, oh, let's try to be vegan for 6 months.
And then plus like a lot of our friends said, oh, you're going to Cambodia, be careful, you're gonna get sick there. Yeah. Our friends were like, oh yeah, you're gonna get sick in Cambodia because, is that okay? Because everyone who goes to Cambodia gets sick. But, oh, thank you.
Thank you. It's so delicious.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh, so warm. It's hot too. So we were in Thailand and we were introduced to a vegetarian/vegan community in Chiang Mai. And after that we were like, oh, let's try this. Plus being vegetarian in Chiang Mai is a lot cheaper than eating meat in Thailand. So we started, and then we were introduced to a vegan farm where we volunteered for a few days because first of all we were kind of running a little bit low on money that we had for that area, and you know, we wanted to do community service as well, so we were only paying like 200 baht a night to stay on a farm with an ex-monk, and he's an ex-monk because he got married, and living in Thailand. Long story,
we'll tell you guys another time.
But we went there and we met a lot of vegans there, like,
and non-vegans too.
But the thing is, on the farm, the monk still practices that they don't kill animals, so they don't eat meat or any kind of like animal-derived products. So we were there, and we literally
had to like be smart about how you cook food, and I learned a lot about like cooking with a limited amount of food because we only had what we were producing on the farm.
It was self-sustaining.
It was a self-sustaining farm. We only had like fruits and vegetables, and then we had like little things like tapioca flour, sugar, salt, pepper, some spices, but everything else was raw fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
One day we made naan. We had like these fruit salads in abundance. I think we still have pictures of some of the meals we had. It was so delicious.
We helped out on the farm. Like we planted pineapples one day. We made a recycling system.
Yeah, that was
which
fun.
was an idea like introduced by another person, volunteer who was there. They were building a new house, so we made a wall out of mud. Right?
I want to go back,
but it was nice.
I was very lazy on that trip though, but I want to go back.
Yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed it. It was nice being away from like technology, because anywhere that you go when you're traveling, like, oh, where should I go next? Like, what is recommended by these people? I don't want to miss out on something exciting in this area while I'm here, so let me Google and see, you know, who's been in this area, what they recommend to do. Like, how should I spend my time?
We heard of this opportunity when we were on the plane from Koh Samui on the plane to
which is the
Chiang Mai, and the girl next to you was talking about this one particular volunteer opportunity, and we researched it and we found it.
And she was like she was really cool though. Like, don't get me wrong, she was like a hippy dippy white girl. She was really like, I don't know how I mentioned that I wanted to do some kind of community service, but she was like, I recommend you go to this farm, like check this place out. It's owned by an ex-monk. Like,
yeah, that was really great.
He's really kind and super welcoming.
Do you remember the night that he asked us to like create a play?
Oh my god.
And then we just like the monk asked us to create a play about mindfulness, and all of us were like, okay, and we didn't do it. And then it comes down to like the nighttime, and every night we have like, you know, sharing circle, and he asked us, he's like, okay, did you prepare the play? Like, are we ready for the play? Are we ready for the play? And we were like, no. And he was like, okay, you have 15 minutes. Go. And so I volunteered.
So there were some people who were like in the audience, which was me, and there were some people who were the actors,
which is me. Well, I was an actor, I was a narrator. Yeah. And I think that I own that shiz. What do you think? Actually, really hard to get to know those people because everyone's doing their work, but after narrating, there was like this nice bond that everyone...
Yeah, because we all struggled through this thing.
And it was so much fun.
And none of us really took it seriously, right? Until last minute where he was like, it's tonight. I'll be back in 15 minutes, you know?
Yeah, you guys went on a walk or something, right? What did you do on the walk?
We walked around the garden a little bit. We walked up the hill. He talked to us about like neighbors in the area. The farm was huge, so I'm telling you, like, the walk was like a hike, and pitch dark. It was amazing at night. Like, all you hear are either dogs barking from like the next farm over, or there's like crickets.
And one of the rules was, okay, everything was vegan. You can't have anything not vegan to eat there. Second rule is that when we're eating,
you can't talk.
You cannot talk.
Yeah, you have to eat in silence.
Eat in silence. And I thought, I was like, how am I going to do that? But it was so easy.
And we meditated, did yoga every day.
And you know, it was actually beneficial to not talk when you're eating. And you look out at the beautiful nature, and you never would see that if you're having a conversation. I thought about so many things and like perspective. I don't know, it was just really nice.
It was hard. Like, there were so many times where I wanted to say something or like tell you something or like make a comment about something, and it was really difficult, like catching myself and then not feeling frustrated and like.
But we were silent only when we were eating.
I just felt so limited.
I really enjoyed that.
And then there was like a 15-minute meditation at night, or 20-minute meditation, remember?
Yes.
So difficult.
I really enjoyed our time there.
I had an amazing experience, and the people that we met there really showed us like recipes and like substitutions for animal-derived products that we can use in our food.
I think that was our inspiration. That was definitely the inspiration, right?
That was like definitely a turning point in our lives, right?
Oh yeah.
after that, we're like, no, like, we gotta try to stick to this. We watched YouTube documentaries that were recommended to us about like where our food comes from, how animals are treated prior to, I don't know, being put on your plate. It was really interesting, and like how censored all these.
If you could eat one thing every day
For the rest of my life.
for the rest of your life, it doesn't have to be every meal. What would it be?
I already have something. Coffee, duh. Like, I don't understand. Damn it.
For me, it would be the papayas that we got in.
Oh my god.
The papayas that we got in Kuala Lumpur and Bali. Those are so. I've never liked papaya in all my life.
Yeah.
Until then, and I was like, wow, it's like candy, so sweet.
And we ate it with, what did we eat it with?
Passion fruit and
Passion
lime.
fruit. It was amazing. Because I think the contrast of like the really sour passion fruit. No, when we got
when
the
we
good
had,
one.
Do you remember having papaya in New York? And it was so terrible. It tastes like soap.
Let's not even talk about that.
So bad. Because
you can tell like they tried to ripen it.
It was mushy on the outside, so I thought it was ready.
But it was not.
It tastes so bad.
It literally tastes like soap.
I could eat that papaya with lime every single day for breakfast and be happy. So good. I don't even remember what it tastes like anymore. It's been so long.
Yeah. It was nice. Very sweet. Like I remember I first met Chelsea and she was like, the one food I cannot stand is papaya.
Yeah.
Because apparently, like, when she was younger, she went to the Philippines and
my grandmother forced me to eat papaya because I couldn't go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good for your digestion, right? But it was like soapy papaya. It was so gross.
Yeah.
So then when we went to Ecuador on a study abroad trip.
Oh my god, yeah.
Our host mother gave us papaya juice.
And fresh juice every morning. And sometimes it was papaya juice. Oh. And this girl was like, I can't drink this. Like, Jen, you have to drink this. And I was like, okay, I'll drink your papaya juice if you eat my runny ass egg. Because I did not like runny eggs. Remember that? But you were smart about it. She would like take a bite or like put it in her napkin and then go to the bathroom and like flush it in the toilet, right?
I would do this. I'd be like, so good. And put it in my pocket and then walk to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And flush it down the toilet.
Yeah. Disgusting.
That was so bad. So funny. Because we didn't know how to speak Spanish at that point.
Well enough.
We didn't speak Spanish well enough at that point, and we didn't want to like make
12,
her feel bad. And she had 12 kids.
Yeah. We were
and
not
then
the only
12
ones.
kids plus 2 foreign exchange students. That was hard.
I was like, please don't make this woman's life any more difficult.
Yeah.
We've traveled so much, right? What's your favorite place that we've been to?
Favorite place? That's so hard.
Or most memorable?
Bali. Because we got robbed there.
And our villa.
It was like, Bali was the best and worst place that we've been to. What do you think?
Yeah.
Well, actually, pie. I like pie in Thailand a lot.
What about you? Because?
It was just a nice community, like, every night they had this like vegan friendly market. And there's hot springs, you can motorbike everywhere. That's where we learned how to motorbike. It was nice.
And we stayed at this really great place. What are you gonna miss about Korea?
I'm gonna miss independence. My independence, I think.
What is your reaction to going home? Like, how do you feel about going home?
I'm excited to go home, but I'm not excited to face realities of like not having health insurance, living with my dad, trying to find a job that's like 9 to 5 and not having opportunities to travel abroad.
I'm just gonna miss walking around naked.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll come back to Korea?
Oh, for sure. I already told teacher Jen for her wedding we're coming back.
I mean to work.
Oh, no. Actually, maybe. You never know what will happen in the future.
You never know.
I think that we already have an alternative lifestyle. So, if all else fails.
Hopefully the audio works on this thing.
Yeah. Can we get more naan?
I'm so full.
Up the stairs.
Oh, we ate all of this food. It was really good, right?
Like here on my mouth is like on fire.
Have your water. Okay. I think we should close it now.
Alright guys. Thanks for joining us.
Talk to you next time.
Say